Hi, this is Kinsey. Have you ever heard people say words like this? God told me He's going to heal your baby. Or God told me you're going to be my future spouse. Or God told me that I'm supposed to be a missionary in Africa. Or God told me He wants me to leave my job. Have you heard people say similar things with utter conviction and sincerity? Do you take such statements as fact? I mean, when someone says God told me, isn't it hard to argue with that? What if God really did say that to them? My point is not to argue about the legitimacy of those statements, rather to ask the bigger question, which is, does God still give personal words to people today? Don't we need to clear that up first? If the answer is no, then we don't have to give any weight to what others say that God has said, unless, of course, they're quoting Scripture. If the answer is yes, then, well, aren't we compelled to at least consider those words that they claim are prompted by God? If God still speaks to people today, don't you want to know to who and where and how and when and why? Does He have a personal word for you or for me? If He's speaking, I want to be the first in line to hear what He has to say, don't you? In my childhood church, it was very common for people to say, "The Lord told me." That phrase wasn't questioned much. As an adult, I've mostly hung out with people who only hear from the Lord through Scripture. It's a much safer place to hang out. If it's not spelled out in Scripture, well then, you're treading on dangerous ground. But what if both of these extremes are just that? Extremes. I mean, come on. God spoke to countless individuals in the Bible. Did He just stop speaking after the Bible was written? Is the Bible God's last word? Is your heart asking questions now? Is your interest piqued? I hope so. We'll talk more about it next time, and I hope to provide you with some sound answers. Until then, may the Lamb that was slain receive the rewards of His sufferings.